Hey guys, I'm here with another tech gadget review. This time I'll be reviewing two tablets, the Kindle Fire HDX 7-inch and the iPad Air, which is a 9.7-inch tablet. This holiday, consumers have a lot of options in which to choose which tablets and computers to buy, and I'm just going to give a brief overview of these two tablets, as I think they will be some of the more popular ones you would be considering, and just give a brief overview of what I think of them. So first I'll be reviewing the Kindle Fire HDX 7-inch. So this tablet costs about $230 I believe, and you can get it for around $200 from the Black Friday deals or some other deals that might be going on during Christmas time. And generally this tablet is really light. As you can see, the form factor, it's a little bit different than the previous Kindle Fire tablets. As you can see, the back has kind of got this bezel around it, and it's not exactly rectangular as before, and the power button is on this side, and it's actually underneath the tablet, which is a very interesting position, and you got the two volume buttons over here, and they got the dual stereo speakers, which are Dolby Digital speakers, and the Amazon logo on the back. And front side you have a webcam. This thing doesn't have a rear camera. The 8.9-inch I believe does, but not the 7-inch. So I'm just go turn it on like this. Okay, so first of all, you see the screen here. These are what's called special offers. They're basically ads, and if you don't want them, you can pay $20 more, but I don't mind having them because it's just like having a different wallpaper each time, and it doesn't really bother me that much. But anyway, the option is there if you don't want them. And as you can see, this tablet is pretty fast. It's a lot faster than the old Kindle Fire tablets. It's running on a Snapdragon 800, which I believe is one of the fastest mobile processors right now, and 2 gigs of RAM, which is pretty good. And I would say this tablet is really good for the value. This tablet, pretty light, 7-inch, very portable, and only $230 or $200 usually. And it's got a very fast processor, it's got good specs. It doesn't have the amount of apps that an Android tablet or the Apple App Store would have. This is actually the Kindle App Store, and it doesn't have as many apps, but I think for the most part, the most useful apps are there. And everything loads up kind of quickly. If I hit the web browser, the Amazon Silk browser, generally it loads pretty fast, like within a few seconds. This is a lot faster than the old Kindle Fire tablets. As you can see, if I want to read a book, also loads up really, really fast. I'm sure everyone's familiar with how the Kindle Fire or the Kindle app works, so I won't go too into depth into that. But in short, if you're looking for a good value budget tablet and you're kind of already tied to Amazon or Amazon Prime already and you have some subscriptions, this is a pretty good deal. If you have Amazon subscription, you can watch movies, listen to music, you can download some of them for free, or you can rent some of them. And generally I think it's not bad. I mean, it's a pretty snappy tablet for the price. And actually I think this is just as fast to me as the iPad Air that I'm gonna review in a few minutes. So yeah, that's basically it. The games, they load pretty fast. Books load very fast. Browser, Wikipedia app loads very fast. So yeah, I think this is a big improvement over the previous Kindle Fire tablets, and I highly recommend this if you're already tied to the Amazon system or if you're looking for a budget tablet. I mean, $200 for a tablet with 2 gigs of RAM and a Snapdragon 800 is a pretty good deal. And it also comes with or there's actually the option of buying a cover for it called the origami cover, and I'll show you this, how this works. So this just magnetically locks into place and automatically turns the tablet off when you close it, turns it back on when you open it, like that, and turn it off. So this cover is about $60, which I think is a lot of money to pay for a cover. And honestly, you can just buy a cheaper cover up there which does a similar thing. And yeah, Amazon advertises it as you're able to use it as kind of in different positions, whether you want to use it in a landscape mode or portrait mode to hold it. But I mean, I think that you can find like a better cover out there for cheaper price. But anyways, that's it. The tablet itself is a good value, I think. So it's up for consideration if you want to buy a good budget tablet. The other tablet I have here is the iPad Air. The iPad Air is a newly released iPad tablet this year. And the big benefit to an iPad Air over the previous generations is that this iPad Air tablet is very, very light and thin compared to the previous generations. So as you can see, it's very thin and it only weighs about 1 pound. And it's considering that the screen is 9.7 inches, that's a pretty good weight. I mean, when I hold this, it feels just like holding like a light book, a really light book. And I think that's a really good thing. That's the main advantage of the iPad Air over the previous generations. If you want a really light tablet, but you still want it to be full size, then I highly recommend getting this. It is the lightest full-size tablet out there right now. And this is the smart cover that was introduced with the iPad 2, and it works the same way. Wakes the iPad when you open it and closes it when you close it, like that. As for the iPad Air itself, this is running iOS 7. If you're familiar with iOS 7 already, there's nothing substantially new here, and you have the usual iPad apps, the Retina screen, which is really good. Everything loads really snappy. So if I click on applications, I want to launch Facebook. Facebook launches really fast, right? And if I want to launch a game, okay, I want to play Angry Birds. Right. This is running on an Apple A7 64-bit processor, the same one that's in the iPhone 5S, and it's still really snappy. Like this is still the first 64-bit mobile processor out there, and you can tell that the speed is generally pretty good. Like it's pretty fast, and even though other Android tablets have more RAM, this only has 1 gig of RAM. Apple's architecture more efficiently makes use of it, so that it seems like it's just as fast or faster than the Android tablets with more RAM. And yeah, in general, I think if you want to launch apps, that's actually not an iPad app. Okay, Wikipedia. Okay, so launches about as fast as the Kindle Fire HDX, which I showed you. So the processors are kind of similar in speed, I think. The Snapdragon 800 and the A7, but this tablet is a lot more expensive, of course, being an Apple tablet. And the price right now for this starts at $500, as iPads usually do. You have to pay $130 more for LTE and $100 more for each level of storage space. And the main advantage you get over buying Apple tablets is that you have access to the App Store. And the App Store is generally the most popular store for applications right now, and generally good quality. So that would be the main reason why you buy an iPad. You're really hooked onto Apple's ecosystem, and the design, you like the design of the Apple tablets, and you want something really light but yet be large enough for you to do all your productivity work on. So if you're that kind of person, you want to do some light movie editing, audio recording, photo editing or something, you want the 9.7-inch full screen, and you still want it to be light and portable, then I recommend the iPad Air, as it's pretty much the only option for this right now. There's also the iPad Mini with Retina display, but it has a smaller screen. But since it's $100 cheaper, it's really up to you. You have to look at the screens in person and see if you want the full screen or the smaller screen. But yeah, that's about it. All the controls remain the same: the volume switch, and the sleep wake button. And yeah, that's about it. This is the iPad Air. It's a lot more expensive, but it is the lightest full screen tablet you can get right now. And this is the Kindle Fire HDX. Yeah, that's it. So if you are looking to compare the Kindle Fire HDX with the iPad Air during this Christmas or holiday season, I recommend the Kindle Fire for budget-minded consumers and the iPad for general purpose or powerful multimedia editing capabilities. I think of it this way, as the Kindle Fire is more for media consumption and the iPad is more for media creation. And that's where I would put those two. But yeah, thanks for watching.